that was being readily available to all the children in the high schools and the primary schools was milk with strawberry flavor and fluoride in a very luxury packaging, very fancy. It was so readily available that, I mean, back then, you know, obviously I was significantly younger, but still, I remember that I was surprised. I mean, how could you not have food, normal food in the stores? There were coupons to go get some bread and some meat, but there was so much milk with fluoride. Back then, I thought
listen. It's a Pulitzer Prize-winning book on World War II, and Scherer, in interviews, wrote about it as well, Rise and Fall of the Third Reich, but not in that book and papers he wrote. The Germans picked it up from the Soviets to put fluoride in the water to make you passive. That's university studies. They knew that back in the 20s. And, yeah, you walk into the Babies R Us. It's big things of fluoride water. Your baby needs fluoride, and it's way above the normal levels. And they admit it gives the kids bone cancer and brain damages them. I mean, literally, they got to savage the brains while they're growing so they'll be football fans.
You worry. You see the signs and worry about the future. You worry about economic turmoil and food shortages. How to be prepared while preserving your sanity. Your answer may be at hand. Author Linda Runyon lived off the land, isolated from civilization. She knows that as long as the sun shines, there will be plenty of free food all over God's green earth. Perhaps the only sane insurance is knowledge of wild edible plants. The cost of learning is minimal. Wild food grows everywhere, and you will see it everywhere. It's every bit organic and more nutritious than our modern diets. Well respected in her field, Linda's approach to teaching this subject includes books, flashcards, and video with an emphasis on health, safety, practicality, and joy. Learn how to identify it, where and when to find it, how to prepare, use, and store it. Go to Linda's website, ofthefield.com, and take advantage of special offers. Or if you're not online, call her 24-hour toll-free order line at 888-51-EAT-FREE. That number again, 888-51-EAT-FREE. A little knowledge makes starvation impossible.
In the New World Order's war against humanity, Barack Obama is the tip of the spear.
We've got to have a civilian national security force that's just as powerful, just as strong, just as well-funded.
The Obama deception completely destroys the myth that Obama is working for the best interest of the American people.
Well, Obama's already fudging. He's fudged since day one in this election.
If you have a demagogue with a fanatical mass movement of personality cultists who is imposing the program of a group of extreme bankers and finance oligarchs, that's fascism.
It's not about left or right. It's about a one-world government. This film documents who Obama works for, the lies he has told, and his real agenda. Get your copy of The Obama Deception today at Infowars.com or download it in super high quality at PrisonPlanet.tv. The Obama Deception. The people strike back.
Are you wondering about your retirement portfolio? Are you confident that the financial advisor is experienced enough to combat climbing interest rates, taxes, and inflation? Stop guessing and go to the expert, Robert Chapman of the International Forecaster. When you subscribe to the International Forecaster, you get Robert Chapman's 45 years of experience and concise investment recommendations. Who needs sugar-coated excuses when you can get the cold hard facts and proven investment leads you can't get anywhere else? For a free introductory copy to Robert Chapman's International Forecaster, subscribe now at theInternationalForecaster.com or call 877-479-8178. Experience the difference. When you subscribe, you can email Robert Chapman directly to obtain investment advice tailored just for you. Don't wait another minute. Subscribe today at theInternationalForecaster.com or call 877-479-8178. That's 877-479-8178.
Are you concerned for the safety of your loved ones? Listen closely to this message from pepperspray.com. Every 22 seconds a violent crime is committed. America has changed, and your personal safety is your first priority. Be smart. Be safe. Trust Pepper Spray instead of your luck. Pepperspray.com is the only website you'll ever need for all of your non-lethal self-defense supplies. Pepperspray.com carries one of the largest assortments of pepper spray and personal safety products products on the web. From big to small, we have it all. Pepper spray, mace, animal repellents, stun guns, and tasers. Pepperspray.com also carries a large assortment of products for personal, home, child, and pet safety. Enter SAFE in the coupon box and you'll receive a special discount off of your order. So what are you waiting for? Go to pepperspray.com. That's pepperspray.com or call 1-800-908-9988 today.
Well, I'm not the kind to kiss and tell, but I've been seen with Farrah. I've never been with anything less than a 9. So fine. I've been on fire with Sally Field, gone fast with a girl named Bo. But somehow they just...
Yeah, I remember going to Margaret Sanger kindergarten in Dallas. They had her statue out front. She'd call black people subhuman weeds. She got awards from Hitler, gave awards to Hitler. She's worshipped as a liberal feminist. Because if you're a real Nazi, you get worshipped by the media like Schwarzenegger. You know, he says he admires Hitler and Rolling Stone. Well, hell, ADL gives you awards. You fight Nazis, well, you're called a Nazi. That's how it works. But I remember being at Margaret Sanger kindergarten, government training camp, and I remember they would come in with a couple days out of the year with the red pills, the fluoride pills, and tell you to take them. And I remember taking it, and all the kids' heads hitting the desk, and the headaches, and stumbling out. My mom would pick me up after school, and everything in a daze. And my dad's a dentist. I remember a couple times a year, I'd go get my fluoride treatment, and I'm like, no, I don't want to do it. He's, oh, it's good for you, and I'd do it and kind of act like I didn't spit it all out. I still get a terrible headache. The Dallas water smelled like toxic waste, and my whole life I was like, I really don't like water. Every time I drink it and brush my teeth in the morning, I get a headache. All eugenics, all chemical weapons savaging me, reducing my IQ by at least 20 points. And this is a little gift the government gives you. And then I discovered the UN documents, the government documents, how they're doing it, and they made a liberal joke out of it, and Dr. Strangelove, General Jack T. Ripper laughs about it, but it's real. And then you said you grew up in Eastern Europe. What country specifically? Because I know the Soviets, especially in the blocks they controlled, did put out the free government foods with fluoride, fortified to help you. Did you enjoy the strawberry milk? It obviously didn't brain damage you enough, though.
Well, it probably did brain damage me a little bit, but not enough, I guess. They didn't complete their purpose. Now, I did grow up in Bulgaria. Bulgaria was the main satellite of, as you know, it was the main satellite of the Soviet Union, so we were handling some hardcore influence from the Soviet Union about everything. Now,
and people didn't question why they were giving the children delicious strawberry fluoride milk?
At that time, everybody believed that that's definitely a good thing for your teeth, and the government is taking care of you. And I was surprised. Even back then, I was probably like 15 years, and I'm probably 12 or 13 years old. And I was surprised. How could you not have foods in the stores, and then you have those fancy fluoride, strawberry-flavored milks that were very tasty, actually. I mean, if you don't know what you're drinking, it's actually...
Well, I mean, let me expand on that. You know, they've now proposed putting fluoride and statins in the water supply, forced medicating. And for people rolling their eyes out there, I mean, you can read mainstream university reports from the 20s, 30s, and 40s, and Pulitzer Prize-winning books about World War II, about them using fluoride in the Soviet Union and Germany to pacify people. I mean, folks, I know this is quite a revelation for you, but since the caller brings it up, this is real. But I mean, they just told you on the news that mercury's good for you. It's not good. Mercury and fluoride are not good for you. I promise you. Look into it. Now, soon they're rewriting the history books right now to say mercury's good, but don't listen to them. If you were to drink even a thimble of it, it would kill you. Please don't try it. It's not good. I promise. If you give your child a thimble of mercury, it will kill them. They will die a horrible death. It is not good for you. I know the media says it's nutritious, but it's not. I can't believe I've got to explain to the public. I get emails saying mercury is good for me. I mean, no, they don't sell it at Whole Foods, folks. It's not good. And we're conspiracy theorists because we're saying mercury isn't nutritious.
Okay, can I make a little resemblance between totally two different worlds, Bulgaria in East Europe under communism and the United States under democracy, supposedly? Obviously, it was absolutely the same thing, because what you're saying, I can absolutely resemble to it, and I remember that I was probably in second grade, and they were explaining that in the future there is going to be pills that you can take and your teeth will never go bad. So what you're telling me, what you remember from your childhood, is the same thing that I remember in my childhood, which means that pretty much, as you were saying sometimes previously, it is all a masquerade, all a theater, and basically it is the same agenda, just carried a little bit a different way. As far as the eugenics and the fluoride and the mercury and all that.
I hear you, and I appreciate your call. Good to hear from you, my friend. That was a very interesting and very informative call right there. We got 1 minute, so I'm going to come back, and we're going to race through Frank, Dino, Paul. I'm going to get a quick pop-in from the founder of Oath Keepers, and this is a very radical thing. Just like I'm saying mercury's not good for your brain. Very radical. Government disagrees. And I'm not being sarcastic. This is the insane level we've now reached. They're getting the police and military to say they'll upkeep their oaths and not violate their oaths to confiscate guns, put us in FEMA camps, make us do forced labor, which is being proposed by the government. Now, again, this is being called very radical, though. Very